What if? What if the supposedly flawless world of royal weddings wasn't flawless at all? What if beneath the diamonds, velvet capes, cathedral-length veils, and choreographed carriages, the truth was far messier than anyone imagined? Because today, we're dusting off the polished royal image and pulling you inside the 8 unforgettable slip-ups that the palace hoped would quietly disappear. From crushed gowns to chaotic timing to hats that blocked half the chapel, these moments remind us that even the world's most glamorous royals can't escape the pull of reality. And today, we're counting them down one by one. Number 7. Princess Margaret arrives late to her own wedding. If punctuality were a royal requirement, Princess Margaret must have missed the memo. Known for glamour, boldness, and a touch of diva energy, Margaret stunned the world when she arrived late to her globally broadcast wedding. The cameras showed restless guests shifting in their seats, broadcasters whispering in panic, and viewers across the world wondering what on earth was happening. Finally, Margaret swept in radiantly, looking as though making millions wait was part of the plan. Critics playfully called it the royal entrance of the century, while insiders joked she was fashionably late as always. The delay caused chaos behind the scenes, but Margaret turned it into an unforgettable moment of royal drama, and fashionably late became her accidental signature. Number 6. Diana's name. Mix-up heard around the world. Royal vows are supposed to sound elegant and poised, but Diana's became a historic moment of human nerves when she accidentally mixed up Prince Charles's full name. Instead of the smooth, regal phrasing everyone expected, Diana jumbled the order, putting Prince Philip's name first, leaving the Archbishop surprised and Charles subtly stunned. Millions watching around the world held their breath as the error echoed through the cathedral. Social analysts later said it exposed how overwhelmed she truly felt. Fans laughed lovingly at how relatable the moment was, and newspapers replayed it endlessly. Rather than hurting her image, the slip-up softened it, showing the world that even future princesses panic under pressure. Number 5. William and Kate face the stubborn wedding ring. Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding looked like a perfectly rehearsed dream until the world reached that moment. The exchange of rings. When William tried to slide the Welsh gold band onto Kate's finger, it refused to budge. Cameras zoomed in as he gently pushed, paused, pushed harder, and the entire planet held its breath. Kate kept her famously serene smile, even though the struggle was obvious. Critics joked the ring was too royal to cooperate. Memes exploded across social media, and jewelers explained later that Kate had requested a slightly tighter fit so it wouldn't slip off. What could have been embarrassing instead became endearing, a sweet human hiccup in an otherwise flawless ceremony. No. 4. Meghan Markle's last-minute father chaos royal weddings thrive on careful planning, but Meghan Markle's big day turned into a global spectacle of confusion when her father unexpectedly backed out just days before the ceremony. Paparazzi scandal erupted, interviews leaked worldwide, and the palace scrambled behind closed doors to salvage the moment. Fans feared she would walk alone. Tabloids speculated wildly. Tension built like a modern-day royal cliffhanger. But in a surprisingly touching twist, Prince Charles stepped in to walk her down the aisle, transforming chaos into elegance. Critics later said the moment symbolized the merging of two worlds. Fans praised Meghan's calm amidst the storm, and newspapers called it one of the most emotional royal pivots of the decade, proof that even royal weddings experience heartbreak and healing in the same breath. Number 3. The kiss that never happened. When Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones emerged from St. George's Chapel, the world prepared for the iconic royal kiss, the fairy tale punctuation of every royal wedding. But instead of leaning in, the couple simply smiled, waved, and walked on. No kiss, not even a quick one. Fans replayed the footage, confused. Reporters questioned whether they blinked and missed it. Some joked the kiss was so private it was invisible. But the truth was simple. Edward and Sophie were intensely private and didn't want to perform affection for cameras. Still, the absence of that expected moment became the headline, proving that sometimes what doesn't happen becomes more memorable than what does. Number 2. Fergie's controversial wedding vow. Sarah Ferguson, famously bold and spirited, shocked viewers when she chose to include the word obey in her wedding vows, a term most modern royal brides had already removed. The line landed like a thunderclap. Traditionalists applauded her, feminists criticized her, and commentators spent weeks debating whether she had revived an outdated tradition or made a personal choice that simply didn't align with the era. Even those who loved her fiery personality admitted the vow was unexpected. What should have been a brief line in a long ceremony became the most dissected sentence of the entire wedding, proving once again that a single word can spark a royal firestorm. Number 1, Camilla's feather hat becomes the unintentional star. Camilla Parker Bowles stepped into her 2005 wedding blessing, wearing a dramatic Philip Treacy feathered hat that instantly became both iconic and chaotic. Its sweeping cream plumes were undeniably stylish, but also undeniably enormous. Guests seated behind her found themselves leaning left, then right, then craning their necks as if trying to see the stage at a concert. Cameras caught the awkward ballet of guests trying to peek past the feathers. Critics laughed that the hat had its own gravitational field, and fashion lovers couldn't decide whether it was brilliant or absurd. In the end, it didn't matter. The hat stole the scene and became the most unforgettable symbol of the day, proving that sometimes fashion overshadows even the bride and groom. These royal slip-ups captivate us because they reveal the truth behind the polished palace image. Perfection is an illusion. The wrinkles, late arrivals, vow mistakes, stubborn rings, missing parents, vanished kisses, controversial words, and feather hats remind us that royals, despite their jewels, titles, and tightly choreographed lives, are simply human. And in a world where every moment is broadcast, analyzed, tweeted, and immortalized, the smallest imperfections become the biggest stories. These mishaps show us the pressure royals live under, the expectations they must juggle, and the reality that even the most glamorous figures can experience moments they wish they could redo. Every dress crease, every awkward pause, every unexpected twist becomes a reminder that behind the tiaras are people who feel the same nerves and insecurities the rest of us do. Their lives may be wrapped in ceremony, but their emotions are just as real, just as fragile, and just as unpredictable as anyone else's. And maybe that's what makes these imperfect moments so unforgettable. They cut through the royal script and expose something raw, the vulnerability beneath the velvet. They show us the moments when the palace can't control the narrative, when tradition collides with real life, when expectations crumble under the weight of human reality. These slip-ups don't weaken the mystique of royalty, they deepen it. They remind us that grace isn't found in flawless choreography, but in how someone carries themselves through the unexpected. And that's why the cracks in the crown matter. Because sometimes the tiny flaws, the fleeting mishaps, and the unscripted surprises end up telling the most honest story of all, revealing a side of royalty that feels closer, warmer, and far more human than the palace ever intends us to see. Before you go, don't forget, every royal story hides another secret behind the curtain. If you enjoyed uncovering these slip-ups with me, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me which moment shocked you the most. Your support keeps these royal mysteries alive.